Good evening. I am Dr. Kimberly Henry, principal of Oxford High School, and would like to welcome you to the Senior Scholarship and Awards Night for the graduating class of 2018. Our mistress of ceremonies for this evening is Senior Class President, Ms. Taylor Coonan.
What's my date?
Thank you, Dr. Henry. My name is Taylor Coonan, President of the Class of 2018. It is my honor to be a part of tonight's celebration, as it is the culmination of many years of hard work. Will everyone please rise? Color Guard Commander, parade the colors. Supporting us tonight is Oxford's nationally recognized Naval Junior ROTC Color Guard. Freshman Haley Rafferty Comio commands tonight's color guard bearing the national colors. She is joined by freshman Zach Aredo bearing the Navy battle flag and Doug Cooney bearing the Town of Oxford flag. They are joined by the flanking rifle bearers, freshmen Jacob Sullivan and Tyler Yates.
Ready, cut. Left, base. Present. Colors. Ready, cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, with hats in hands and hands over hearts, let us honor America by standing for the presentation of our national colors, our national anthem, and our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Colors. Ready, cut. Right, base. Port, arms. Forward, march.
You may be seated. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Henry back to the podium for the first award recognition of the night.
Though Though we have designated tonight to recognize the academic achievements, both formally and publicly, here at Oxford High School, we have been celebrating our students since the fall, beginning with the receipt of the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. The John and Abigail Adams Scholarship is awarded by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, given to graduating seniors who scored either proficient and/or advanced on their English language arts and mathematics MCAS, respectively. Additionally, their combined scores on both tests must have placed them in the top 25% of the district's graduating class. While these students were given their awards in November, I would like to recognize them at this time. Scholars, when you hear your name, please stand and remain standing. This year's recipients are Lindsay Card, Matthew Constantine, Evan Cook, Taylor Coonan, James Catroni, Mackenzie Saibula, Hannah Delaquilla, Dylan Gasser, Joseph Grady, Elijah Gray, Kimberly Howe, Kevin Hung, Olivia Jewett, Sean Cohane, Elizabeth Lambert, Trenton Lovejoy, Jack McPherson, Catherine Munoz, Ryan Nolan, Jared Orell, Bridget Richardson, Zachary Robinson, Lane Siebold, Victoria Sheehan, and Logan Warren. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. Next, John Kirk will present the Susan Kirk Teacher Scholarship.
Good evening. This scholarship is in memory of my wife, Susan, who taught in the school system for 17 years. It is with great pleasure that the Kirk family and friends award the 5th scholarship in Susan's memory to Jared Orell.
Thank you, Mr. Kirk. We will now have Officer Jason Burdett of the Oxford Police Department presenting the Oxford Police Association Scholarship.
How's everybody doing? I'm Jason Burdett. I'm here on behalf of the men and women of the Oxford Police Department. A little bit of background on our scholarship. This is the 26th year that our police department's been able to give out a scholarship to a student. When you guys in the background, the moms and dads, get those annoying phone calls every year for our fundraiser, this is the reason we'll be able to do that. It's the money that you guys provide us. We're able to give scholarships and donations to residents of our town. I'd like to congratulate the seniors this year that are graduating. Good luck. This is our future. But most importantly, I want to thank and congratulate the moms and dads, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, and the family members of these students. We provided food, shelter, rides to basketball, football, ROTC. You pushed them to do their homework and try hard. Without the people behind you guys, you probably might not be sitting here today. So I want to thank the parents and congratulate you guys. This year's recipient of our award goes to Taylor Coonan.
That's my girl.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Thank you, Officer Burdett, both for presenting the award and for the extra support that you and your colleagues provide to ensure our safety. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Cheryl LeBlanc, presenting the Hannah Harwood Scholarship.
Good evening. Good evening. On behalf of the Oxford Board of Selectmen, I'm here this evening to present the Hannah Harwood Memorial Scholarship. This is a scholarship that the Board of Selectmen have been giving out for years, and it was actually a scholarship created by an individual whose mother had always wanted to go on to some sort of medical profession, but she was actually known in her Oxford neighborhood as the person to go to without any type of formal education. She was the person who cared for the sick, the wounded, and whatnot. So in her honor, her son created this scholarship that the Treasurer's Office manages and we give out annually. We only have one scholarship that we give out each year. And this year, on behalf of the Oxford Board of Selectmen, I'd like to give this to Ms. Victoria Sheehan.
Thank you, Ms. LeBlanc. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Timothy Scher, presenting the Dr. Walter Scher Scholarship.
Good evening, class of 2018.
Good evening.
Good evening. It is my honor and privilege to recognize and present the Dr. Walter R. Shore Community Service Award on behalf of my 10 siblings, all of whom are Oxford High School graduates between the years of 1962 and 1981. My father started his family practice in Oxford in 1944 and retired in 2009 at the age of 95. That was an incredible 65 years in practice. During that time, Dr. Shore served tirelessly in medical, religious, and community organizations, including 25 years in the Oxford School Committee, the Board of Directors for the French River Education Center, the New England Huguenot Society, Oxford Millbury Rotary, and for many years, the town of Oxford school physician up until his retirement. Dr. Shore loved his family, his church, his medical practice and patients, and especially the town of Oxford. He encouraged family members and individuals to get involved, whether it be in your school, in your church, or in your community. I'd like to personally thank the director of French River Education Center, Mr. Michael Fields, and the board of directors for making this scholarship a lasting tribute. It is with that thanks that I congratulate Miss Victoria Sheehan as a recipient of this year's Dr. Walter Scholarship. My understanding that Victoria plans to attend Endicott College and major in nursing. Is that correct? Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Scher. Next, Dr. Renee Hamill will come forward to present the Veronica Hamill Scholarship.
This has been my life, always following the shores. On behalf of the French River Teachers Center, I'd like to present this award to Victoria Sheehan because, you know, Veronica was a nurse. She was one of the first ones to get a BS in nursing. And she was dedicated to the schools. I think she served 30 years on the school committee. Anyways, I would like to congratulate you on this award.
Thank you, Dr. Hamill. We will now have Dr. Martha Raphael presenting the Alpha Delta Kappa Scholarship.
be back here at Oxford. This is our second trip, and we're very happy an Oxford student is going to receive this award. The essay was excellent, and as an English teacher, I applaud you for that. Jared Orwell.
Thank you, Dr. Raphael. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Martha Rowe, presenting the Elsie Moscopian Scholarship.
Another Elsie Moscopian was very shy, so I take after her. So I won't say anymore. The scholarship goes to Joseph Bradley.
Thank you, Mrs. Rowe. Now presenting the Webster Dudley Chamber of Commerce Scholarship, Mr. Lucas Perez's.
Good evening. My name is Lucas Perzan, and I'm here on behalf of the Webster Dudley Oxford Chamber of Commerce. Each year, the Chamber awards 5 scholarships in the amount of $1,000 to the area high schools. This year, it was a really tough decision because the essays and all the things that the applicants did were phenomenal. But this year, we did pick Ryan Dupuy.
Thank you, Mr. Perezas. Next, Ms. Betty Morris will come forward to present the IPG Photonics Technology Scholarships.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be here on behalf of IPG Photonics to award these 3 scholarships. I have Ryan Dupuy. I have Max Shepard. And I have James Petroni.
Thank you, Ms. Morris. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Carmen Garcia and Ms. Deborah Rose, presenting the Dylan J. Real and J.C. R. Garcia Memorial Scholarship.
Good evening. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2018. My name is Deborah Height. Carmen and I are honored to be part of tonight's senior award ceremony. Graduating high school is a major milestone in one life's journey. For our 2 grandsons, Jace Garcia, 1 year old, and Dylan Real, 4 years old, this milestone will never come. Their young lives were cut short on June 20th, 2014, when a distracted and negligent driver crashed, ending their lives. After 3 years of awaiting justice, last year the driver responsible for their deaths was found guilty and sentenced to jail. This tragedy caused so much pain and grief for all of our families involved. To help with the healing of our loss, Carmen and I decided to focus our energies in bringing awareness to the dangers of distracted driving. We created a nonprofit called A Grandmother's Love in memory of our 2 grandsons. The goal of the nonprofit is to raise awareness and funds to provide college scholarships in Dylan and Jason's memory so that they are never forgotten. The criteria for our scholarship are any students majoring in the fields of criminal justice, law enforcement, medical, or paramedical fields. These fields were chosen based on the services that our families received due to the loss of our grandsons.
This will be our 3rd year in awarding scholarships to a senior graduating from one of 7 local high schools. This year we received many applications, the most applications we received thus far. It was very difficult to choose just 3. All were great. This year we are happy to share that 2 of the scholarship awards will be presented to students from Oxford High. We were moved and impressed with the essays from these 2 students. But before we announce the recipient of the awards, we ask you all in this room to join us in help end distracted driving. Many of you are new drivers or will be driving soon. You must understand and remember that driving is a privilege that is earned and not a right. It is a privilege that should be taken seriously and should be respected. Distracted driving, such as texting, talking on the phone, etc., is an epidemic that is killing people, especially our young people. No text, phone call, or social media post is that important. It truly can wait. When you drive your siblings or your friends, always remember they are entrusted in your care. Their loved ones expect them to arrive at the destination safely. And now, we are pleased to announce the first recipient of the Dylan J. Real and Jace R. Garcia Scholarship is awarded to Jason Pinion. And our second recipient of our award is presented to Haley Higgins. Thank you and best wishes on all of you. Have a happy and safe future.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia and Ms. Rose, for the scholarship and for sharing that very important message with us. We will now have Ms. Allison Martin presenting the Assumption College Vocal Scholarship.
On behalf of Assumption College, I am honored to present the Assumption College Vocal Scholarship to a student who has demonstrated vocal excellence and who has committed to participate in the Assumption College Chorale and its a cappella chamber ensemble Voce for his entire 4 years. The recipient of a $10,000 scholarship, renewable for all 4 years, is Jack McPherson.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Fran Horgan, presenting the Stephen J. Horgan Scholarships.
Good evening. First of all, congratulations to this wonderful group of young people. Stephen would love every one of you. Stephen was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 42, and he battled a fierce battle for 9 years and died on his 51st birthday. He was involved with the Oxford Little League for 18 years, president for 8 of those years. His main objective in living in this town was the youth of this town. The September after Stephen died, we started a golf tournament. And every cent that we make from this tournament goes back into the field at Greenbrier, which was named for Stephen 5 months before he passed away. And it goes to the youth of this town in one way or another, whether it be sponsoring a hole so that you kids can have a big party after graduation, Operation Graduation, whatever. It goes back into the children of this town. We are under the auspices of the Oxford Little League, but we do our own thing. We have given 22 scholarships in 6 years. One year we gave 8. This year we had 6 applications, and each of the 6 got a scholarship. We're awarding 4 $300 scholarships to 4 baseball players. One of the criteria is that they had to go through the Oxford Little League program. I'd like the 4 young men to come up, if they would. Joe Grady. And Dante Perez. Congratulations to each one of you. I know that whatever you do, you'll do good because I've watched the baseball. Please be safe.
Thank you to the Horgan family. Now presenting the Cornerstone Bank Scholarship, Ms. Kelly McGregor.
Good evening and congratulations to the class of 2018. Each year, Cornerstone Bank awards a high school student in our community with a scholarship whose choice is to pursue a career in either the finance or academic future. It is with great honor to present the Cornerstone Scholarship to one graduating senior from this high school. This person has not only achieved academic excellence in this town, but has also achieved community service. On behalf of Cornerstone Bank, I would like to present the scholarship to Taylor Coonan.
Thank you, Mrs. McGregor. Next, Mrs. Deb McDonald will come forward to present the Worcester County Educational Secretaries Association Scholarship.
Hi, everyone, and congratulations. I'm just going to give you a little. Worcester County Educational Secretaries Association is exactly what it says. It is an association of all Worcester County secretaries, and we do fundraising so that we're able to give these scholarships. I am so proud that we are able to give this year to an Oxford high school graduate, because that hasn't happened in a very long time. This year's recipient goes to Hannah Delaquilla.
Thank you, Mrs. McDonald. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Heatherman, presenting the Marian Lazaro Scholarship.
Good evening. This scholarship is to be presented to a student who has met with adversity while meeting the rigorous curriculum expectations. This girl has worked very, very hard in her 4 years at Oxford High School. Congratulations to Cindy Gazuski.
Thank you, Mrs. Heatherman. We will now have our guidance counselors, Mrs. Heidi Desitels, followed by Mrs. Jennifer Markopoulos, and ending with Mrs. Nada Gilmet, come forward to present the next several awards.
Evening. All right, the first one is the William Taft Trust Fund Scholarship. This is awarded to Mr. James Petroni. Another William Taft Trust Fund Scholarship once, Mr. Jack McPherson. Okay, so there's two more actually. So the next one goes to Mr. Jared Arell. Representing the ladies, Miss Lindsay Card. The next one is the Jeremiah Moffitt Scholarship, and this is to Mr. Sean Cohane. Sean, you might want to stay up here. So the Jeffrey Falabalita, I only practiced that about 50 times. Scholarship goes to Mr. Sean Cohane. So the John Chafee Scholarship is going to Mr. David Beach. The Nancy Bennett Scholarship is going to Mr. Ryan Dupuy. So we have several here, and it's going to one student. So what I'll do is I'll list all their scholarships, and then I'll name the student. So the Elizabeth Gomes Scholarship, the L.E. Chafee Scholarship, the Lynn Riley Scholarship, the E. McKinney Scholarship, D.J. Richards Scholarship, the Chafee Brothers Scholarship, and lastly, the Frank Sinella Scholarship are all awarded to Miss Candace Nelson.
A vocalist that has earned the admiration and respect of every chorus member in this building. A student whose voice is naturally beautiful and whose skill has been meticulously honed over multiple years. It is through this combination of talent and hard work that this student has earned acceptance to the Massachusetts Central District Chorus multiple years since middle school, and this year was also accepted to the Massachusetts All-State Chorus, a long-sought and well-deserved crowning achievement. Let's not forget to mention the talent show, the NHS induction performance, a leading role in the musical, membership in the concert and jazz bands, the vocal scholarship he earned at Assumption College, which is huge, when he's not even planning to be a music major, at least not yet. This student demonstrates what it means to be an exceptional chorus member. and he will be sorely missed. What an honor it is to have been your chorus teacher from middle school until now, Mr. Jack McPherson.
Hi, everybody. So I know I don't look quite like Mrs. Moignet, but I'm going to do my best to present on her behalf. So she was sorry that she couldn't be here, but I'm honored to present for her. So she said, while some things in the computer world can be described as virtual, this student is 100% the real deal. Hardworking, sensitive, kind, and funny are just some words that could be used to describe her. Mrs. Moignet has had the pleasure of working with the student in a variety of capacities, both as a student in her classes and as an intern. A high standard has always been hardwired into each undertaking that this young lady has engaged in, and her can-do spirit will be sorely missed. It is with great pleasure that the Digital Art Award is given to Miss Bridget Richardson.
Good evening and congratulations. The English Award this year is going to someone who persevered through things, I guess, but really just showed their coming of age, so to speak, in their writing and their analyzing. It's something that they're going to definitely use as they move into college and become an English major, and this award will go to Jillian Tully.
Hola y felicidades a todos los estudiantes de 2018. So on behalf of Mrs. LaRange, who couldn't be here tonight, I am presenting the Spanish Award to a senior that was in her Spanish 3 class this year. I'm trying to get over my stage fright. I think I'm doing okay. My knees aren't shaking quite as much as usual, so anybody else want me to present your award, just let me know. Okay. So of the senior students in that Spanish 3 class, this student earned the highest average by putting forth a focused effort to do classwork and homework on a regular basis, to prepare for quizzes and tests, and to often go outside of his comfort zone to do oral presentations. It was not always easy for him to maintain his good grades, but Kevin Hung was not looking for the easy way out. Mrs. LaRange is proud of him for challenging himself this year and wishes him success next year at Wentworth Institute and in the bright future that lies ahead of him.
Good evening. I'd like to start off by saying congratulations, class of 2018. You did it. You're out of here. You're moving on to bigger and better things. I have to say that you guys are probably one of my favorite classes ever.
Heck yeah!
You are, pretty special. The ones that I've had in class, I have thoroughly enjoyed you. Being a teacher has days where it's, not always easy, but you guys have certainly reminded me why I love my job. So I thank you for that. Tonight I have the pleasure to present this award to an outstanding social studies student. So I've only had the pleasure of having this young lady in my class this past year. But over the course of 4 years, she has accumulated a 91 average in social studies, which includes a 95 average in psychology and a 90 average in AP government this year. Not only is she a great student, she's a great person. She's dedicated and hardworking and is destined for great things. I hope one day when she becomes President of the United States, she will give a shout out to her amazing teachers at OHS as she delivers her inauguration address, and maybe even invite this old crab on a stick to attend. I'm honored to present this year's Social Studies Award to Ms. Taylor Kuhn.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, graduates. It is my pleasure to be in front of you this evening to present the Annual Achievement Award in Mathematics. I just want to begin quickly by acknowledging the winners of the 4th Annual Calculus Triathlon. After the AP exam each year, the AP Calculus students compete in a very grueling triathlon consisting of a slope ride, a hill run, and an area swim. This year's winners, the Don't Drink and Derive team, just edged out the Rise Over runners to grab the victory. Congratulations to David Meach and Kevin Hung. So the Mathematic Award is based on certain criteria, including the number of mathematics courses completed, including both AP courses, the student's GPA, and whether the candidate will pursue a degree that makes use of higher mathematics. This year's awards winner is a hardworking student with a gift for quickly understanding mathematical concepts. And like me, he or she actually enjoys the challenge of solving problems, which is impossible because I thought everyone hated math. But not this graduate, and same with all of my AP Calc students. This graduate also has the ability to teach others and the personality needed to help his or her fellow students. Last year, he or she earned a 98 in pre-calculus, an 87 in AP stats, and followed that up with a 96 this year in AP calculus. And apparently, if our Power School is correct, is carrying a 4.44 GPA. The student was also one of my very valuable student interns. I'd also like to thank James Catroni and Abby Lee for their hard work as well. And him and I actually even conducted a split lesson so he could help those who were all out on senior skip day get caught up. Next year, the student will pursue a degree in mathematics at Fitchburg State University. I also hope that he continues his running career there as well. I am confident that he will make an excellent math teacher and coach in the future. Just don't look to take my job, not yet anyway. It is my pleasure to award the 2018 Achievement Award in Mathematics to Mr. Jared O'Reilly.
Seniors, welcome. Parents, guardians, teachers, staff alike. Obviously here to celebrate many of you and your accomplishments. I would like to first off say that welcome to the beginning. All right, this is not the end. This is only the beginning for you guys. And this is solely the prep for you to now begin your true journey ahead of you. So please take that in consideration and as you step forward and move on past Friday. All right, don't think of it as an ending, think of it as just your beginning. Today I'm here to hand out the Physical Education and Health Award. They're combined, all right, so they're both the same. With my position, what's really cool about it, I think, is that I get to see all of you and interact with you in different ways, whether it's through class, through sports, through different avenues that you do. And I get to kind of see you all grow up between being a tiny little freshman to the big boys and girls you are right now. So it's always a pleasure to see where you started out and kind of how you've matured over the years. These awards go to not only people and students who are gifted, both physically talented, but it's also their demeanor and their attitude. It's their kind of continued growth to be, definitely physically active, value in that, and essentially it's their culmination of the 4 years and not just this year alone. So the two recipients of this year's Physical Education and Health Award, number one being Lindsay Card. Yep. Do remember that. Our second award recipient goes to Matt Constantine.
It's my pleasure to be able to present the Science Award this evening. Just like the math department, we look at several factors when we determine it as a department. Not only do we look at academic excellence within the sciences, we also look for a student who's challenged themselves by taking several science courses in addition to the 3 required for graduation. And also someone who is looking to pursue sciences as a degree as they move on to the next level of education. This year's Science Award goes to a student who has achieved academic success, taken a series of rigorous science courses. In the course of her high school career, she's taken 6 different science classes, including both AP Biology and AP Physics. I had the pleasure of having her in class this year. She not only excelled in class, but she was an active participant in class discussions. She was truly eager and excited to learn new things in science and excelled when she could use these newly learned skills in a lab situation. The class was forensics, and they put together, at the end of the year, we always do a wrap-up project. And the project is usually have to make their own crime scene with evidence. In the 13 years I've taught the class, it's probably the best one I've seen her and her group put together. It was a Toy Story murder where Mr. Potato Head was murdered by Woody, I believe. Next year, she'll continue her education at Endicott College as a nursing major. It's my absolute pleasure in awarding this award this year to Victoria Sheen. Congratulations.
Now I get to present my award. Each year I have the privilege of awarding one student the Art Award. Every year brings a different group of students, each with their own unique interests and talents. I am so glad to have had many of this year's seniors in my art classes over the past 4 years. Some of you took only Art 1, while others, like tonight's award winner, took just about every class that you could. As you move on to the next step in your life, I encourage all of you to take time to admire the small things. Go to museums, look at graffiti on city streets, listen to the rustling of the wind in the branches, lay in the grass and find pictures in the clouds like you did when you were little. Appreciate the art that is all around you. A love for art is evident in the recipient of this year's Art Award. You would be hard-pressed to find this student without a sketchbook nearby, and if anyone was ever looking for the student after school, the art room was always the first stop to check. A member of our fledgling National Art Honor Society, or like we like to call it, NOS, this student has used their talents beyond the classroom by working on a mural at Clara Barton, face painting at homecoming, and designing our senior clothing. This student has grown into a confident, portrait-loving artist, and it has been my pleasure to be a part of her journey. This year's Studio Art Award goes to Emily Pellerin.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to see you. I miss seeing you guys in the hallway. I miss seeing you in my classroom. I'm only sorry that I didn't get the chance to see most of you in my classroom. Hope someday in the future, I hope that technology education and computer science is a requirement so that you guys will be prepared to succeed in the future. So, good evening. My name is James Penshow, otherwise known as Mr. PC, the computer science teacher, and I am so happy to be here this evening to be able to present the Technology Award. I'm just going to say a couple words about computer science. A lot of people ask me, what is technology education? What is computer science? Computer science is everywhere, from our smartphones and video games to music, medicine, and much more. Learning about computer science principles can help you understand how computing and technology influence the world around you, learn how to creatively address real-world issues while using the same tools and processes that artists, writers, computer scientists, and engineers use to bring ideas to life every day. For me, the recipient of the Excellence in Computer Science and Technology Award should go to an individual who continuously models the characteristics and traits of an excellent student academically and always excels and goes above and beyond with his homework, with his projects, with assignments and assessments. This student is always courteous, honest, and respectful, dependable and motivated, diligent and eager to learn, and always participates in class through discussions and collaboration with his peers. Don't forget, if you want to succeed in the future and in college, collaboration is probably one of the most important skills you need to learn today. Daily, this student demonstrates many leadership skills and excellent character traits while modeling for other students the proper behavior and work ethic qualities an outstanding student should possess both inside and outside of the classroom. This year's Excellence Award in Technology Education goes to a senior that has met and exceeded all these performance expectations. I am pleased and have great pride in presenting this award to Elijah Gray.
Yeah, Elijah, I told you.
Good evening, class of 2018. Congratulations, you're going on to this next major step in your lives, and wish you all the best. I've had Master Chief Youngsman and myself, who's had a pleasure to meet you all, and I've had a very small time to meet you all, but it's been a pleasure working with you all as well. And Master Chief and I wish you all the best as we move forward. I have the honor of presenting the Navy Junior ROTC Excellence Award. The recipient of this award is a young adult who has built an impressive record here at Oxford High School. Let me read some of this person's accomplishments. A 4-year member of Oxford High School Chorus, a 4-year member of the Oxford High School Band, a member of the National Honor Society, ranked in the top 15 of your graduating class, a graduate of Norwich University Green Mountain Youth Leadership Conference, a graduate of Girls State, a 4-year member of Oxford Navy Junior ROTC, a 4-time recipient of Distinguished Unit Award, a 3-time recipient of Honor Cadet, which is awarded to the cadet with the highest grade point average for her class, a 3-time recipient of the Distinguished Cadet Award, awarded to the top overall cadet in her year group, a 5-time recipient of Personal Appearance Award, multiple community service and participation awards, recipient of the Military Officers Association of America Award. And last week, I had the honor of presenting this person the following: a scholarship from the Oxford Veterans Foreign Wars, the Armed Forces Community Service Superior Service Award, the Disabled Veterans Military Excellence Awards, and the Principals Award. Ladies and gentlemen, this young lady is heading off to Wentfield State this upcoming fall. It's my pleasure to present this award to Jillian Tully. She's not done yet. So, not only is she receiving that award, she's also receiving the Daughter of American Revolution's Citizenship Award. And this is for current year having demonstrated qualities of dependability, service, leadership, patriotism, and is awarded the Distinguished, the Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Certificate as well. So, congratulations.
Congratulations to the class of 2018 and all recipients of this evening's awards and scholarships. For the past 2 years, I've had the pleasure of working with some wonderful seniors, some that were part of our program at Oxford Middle School, and others that joined us in the high school. The recipient for excellence in theater was never part of our OMS theater family, but has blossomed at the high school on stage. Her beautiful voice, her acting, her assistance in choreography have been outstanding. She's been a tremendous role model to our underclassmen, and she brought Mary Poppins to life. Her rendition was spit spot on. She also had the leading role in Dorothy in Wonderland this year, and once again demonstrated complete commitment, dedication, and talent. I'm honored to present this year's Award for Excellence in Musical Theater to the practically perfect Miss Harry Higgins.
Hi again. So as NHS members, you guys, the members of the senior class who are part of it and who aren't maybe like underclassmen, we work really hard. And the community, the Oxford community works really hard with us to support different events. This year we hosted 8 service projects, which is the most we've hosted ever. And it's really crazy to think about all the awesome things that our NHS members, including the seniors, can do. I'm hoping that they'll do that as they graduate from Oxford High School as well. The person who's receiving the NHS award works behind the scenes with me really closely to make sure things went well. She's grown up a lot since me meeting her as a freshman, and she takes pride in being someone who gives back to others. And so this award goes to Tara Vital.
The Oxford High School Student Council would like to bestow its Service Award, which is presented yearly to a student council member that is graduating. This year's recipient possesses all of the criteria which has been set forth for this award. The student who will be the recipient of this award has participated in nearly every activity this year and often took the lead so that the event was a success. This student was our top fundraiser for our Boulder Plunge for Special Olympics, leading us to our 3rd year as top fundraising high school in Massachusetts. This student has been instrumental to the Student Council, enabling us to complete many great projects. His presence will be missed but not forgotten in our council. We are proud to announce the 2018 winner of the Student Council Service Award to this year's past president, Max Shepard.
reminder that you guys have yearbook night tomorrow. Don't miss out. It's gonna be, the book's awesome. So if you haven't paid yet, $65, cash your check. Don't take charge. So it's my pleasure to present this award to a senior who put the most time and effort into this year's yearbook. He was awarded the position as one of the yearbook editors at the start of the year because of his interest in photography and digital design. He applied his amazing attention to detail and keen eye for design to everything he worked on in this book. And I have to admit that his contributions to the book are my favorite aspects of it. Even though he might be one of the biggest procrastinators I know, and he gave me about 10 heart attacks throughout the year when I was worried he wouldn't get his work done on time, he always came through and would stay at school until about 5 p.m. every time we had a deadline due, editing photos and proofreading text. On many occasions, I heard him say that this is the hardest he has worked on anything, and I know he is super proud of his accomplishments. So for his dedication of this year's yearbook, I'm pleased to present the award to Sean Cohen.
Thank you to all the dedicated teachers and mentors that have spent countless hours ensuring our success. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Henry back to the podium for the final awards of the night.
Thank you, Taylor, for being such an outstanding mistress of ceremonies, ready for presidency indeed. The Massachusetts Secondary School Administrators Association allows each principal in the membership to select one deserving senior who has provided outstanding leadership to the school in service of the goals and missions of the MSSAA. This year's recipient is a quiet leader, often supporting from behind the scenes. In tandem with leadership lives character. For those reasons and many more, I present the Massachusetts Secondary School Administrators Association Award to Mr. Daniel Walker. Let's play nice, Mr. Constantine. I hear everything. The Telegram and Gazette grants an annual award to a student who has excelled academically during their high school career. Striving and achieving excellence in both core content areas and co-curricular endeavors, the Telegram and Gazette Student Achievement Award is presented to Mr. Jack McPherson. Each month, the principals of the Southern Worcester County League meet to discuss the various aspects of school life. As part of our holistic conversation, each year, members are asked to choose one deserving senior who has demonstrated leadership in and effort toward the many areas of that SWCO upholds. This year, the recipient is one of both tenacity and kindness. A leader in their own right, knows the way, goes the way, and shows others that same way. For always being an example of leadership, by knowing, going, and showing, I award the Southern Worcester County League Principals Leadership Award to Jared Perkins. The Oxford High School Faculty Pirate Pride Award represents all of the love and devotion to Oxford High School that students exhibit. while maintaining the defining characteristics of our core values and beliefs. We get 2. This year's 2 recipients are our morning announcer, Mr. Sean Cohen, and Mr. Daniel Warner. Distinguished graduates. So there are a few things that you all will notice are different this year. Many things are different, but there are a few in the next coming days. Typically, we have awarded or recognized distinguished graduates, obviously valedictorian, salutatorian, and sometimes an honored graduate. This year, we have decided to do the top 5 because you all are simply a brilliant class. The class rankings were changing up to the moment we came here. So thank you to the teachers for getting their grades in. I appreciate that. Number 5 in your class, Mr. Jack Vickers.
Yes.
Number 4, Mr. James Petroni.
Yeah, but roast.
Number 3, Mr. Jared Orell. And our salutatorian, Miss Lindsay Carr. This is shocking. You'll never know. How'd you know? No. Miss Victoria Sheen. One other thing that is different this year, we decided to, this class has quite a voice, and everything about what they have done and who they have been in my short time here in Oxford has shown the power of their voice. And so we had an idea, Mr. Lauder and I, to include a student speaker rather than just a keynote, from the faculty to participate in graduation. So many of the students were interested that we had to put together a little committee and hold auditions. And then we couldn't just choose one for graduation because they were so well done. So we asked that the runners-up in the competition deliver their speech between tonight and tomorrow. So I would like to invite Miss Megan Chesley. She was the runner-up for the graduation speech to share her words with you this evening.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. Well, we did it. We all accomplished one of the major early milestones of our lives, high school graduation. This is a major step in our lives, one that should be recognized for its immense significance. It is an act not only of personal commitment, but also one of pride. We all worked so hard to get to this day, and our work did not go to waste. A high school diploma is a wonderful tool in this world, one that opens many doors of opportunity for anyone who is lucky enough to obtain one. But graduation is not an end goal in itself. It is instead a part of the longer journey of life. Wherever your future takes you, let it take you somewhere. Life is a journey, and all accomplishments we achieve during its course should be taken as starting points for further achievements. Our graduation should serve as such a launching point, projecting us to wherever our futures are meant to take us, whether we land ourselves a career, take up a trade, or continue our education at college. But before we can begin to reach for the stars, there are more personal milestones that we all need to reach. We've already shown our commitment to personal growth through making it to the ceremony today. But soon all of us will experience another ceremony when we graduate from our colleges, careers, programs, or wherever life decides to take us. As I said before, life is a journey. We don't stop growing once we receive our diplomas. Life is about growing and continuing in college, military, or careers gives us, each of us, new opportunities to continue growing and learning new skills that will carry us for the rest of our lives. And we don't have to stop there. This graduation has already shown us how capable we all are of accomplishing goals that we commit ourselves to them. I hope all of us here today can take this personal accomplishment as an example of how anything is truly possible when we put our minds to it. As we all continue on in our lives, let us take each new problem on with confidence, knowing that we have achieved great heights and are equipped with necessary tools to tackle our futures. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. The road that lies ahead won't be easy. There will be obstacles and missed exits, potholes and roadblocks. There will be times when each of us will think he or she is alone, their backs against the wall. But we are not alone. We still have our family and friends. We've made it this far. Let's stay the course, our families and friends. We've made it this far. Let's take nothing worthwhile is easy, and that includes making the most out of our futures. But that doesn't mean we give up on ourselves. We will keep pushing because we know we can achieve our dreams and we are more than worth it from this day forward. Let us take each decision with our best interests in mind. Let us believe in ourselves so that we may reach our goals and fulfill our dreams. Let us be the best we can be so that we may fill our lives and the lives of those closest to us with happiness and pride. We've already taken the first step by making it to the ceremony today. Now it's time to take the next steps in the journey that is our lives and begin to build our futures. Congratulations, class of 2018. We did it.
Thank you, Megan. At this time, I would like to introduce the senior class advisor, Ms. Jamie Taborda, for the presentation of class gifts.
All right, we're almost done. So to the class of 2018, it is hard to believe that I stand in front of you as you prepare to graduate. I still remember meeting some of you at the Pirate Voyage as nervous, soon-to-be freshmen. The time sure went by fast. As you get ready for the next steps in your lives, I have been thinking about the past few years. Thinking back to the gallons of orange paint we used to paint our backdrop for our Finding Nemo pep rally. You would think that we would have learned our lesson about painting a 40-foot background, but again, sophomore year, we painted shades of gray for Horton Hears a Who. So maybe Whoville looked a little bit like a cemetery scene, but at least we used the heck out of our main color gray. Thankfully, junior year, we learned our lesson and used paper that was the right color and saved a lot of time and paint as we worked on our Rugrats-themed decorations. I was so proud of your school spirit on that day. I remember beaming with pride as we hooted and hollered for all of the other grades as they performed their skits. It was really incredible. This, your senior year, brought lots of change, but as you may have figured out, that's a part of life. With each new year and each new stage of life, you will experience change. Though we didn't have the traditional pep rally with skits this year, we rallied together during the tug of war to help a teammate who was being dragged down by the rope. We had an amazing junior-senior prom just the other night at Wright's Chicken Farm, where I was told by the staff what a great group of kids you are. Yesterday, we were by far the classiest group on the Boston Harbor cruise as we danced, basked in the sun, and ate tacos, mac and cheese, and brownies to our heart's content. The past 4 years haven't always been easy, but I believe it is safe to say that they will leave an indelible mark on your life. You will remember these times, and someday you'll grow to understand how they have shaped who you are. Thank you, class of 2018, for some memorable times. All right. Okay, I would now like to call up the senior class officers to receive a small gift. So Taylor Coonan, President. Anna Delaquilla, Vice President. Tori Sheehan, Treasurer. And finally, Olivia Jewett, Secretary. It's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night where we can all kind of let our hair down and have fun. And then obviously graduation is going to be great. So if the class officers can go up, they're going to help present your awards, or not awards, your gift. Everybody gets stuff. So thank you very much.
All right, so from here, I'm just gonna call you guys up by row. Just, like the first row, stand up all at once, and then when they sit down, the next row, vice versa. There's no need to clap, there's no awards, so. We're just gonna run through this. Okay. Lindsay Card. Jillian Tully. Haley Higgins. Tristan Shea. Bridget Richardson. Catherine Minot. Brenton Lovejoy. Jared Arell. Mary Latham. Gabriella Blackwell.
Give me a hot second. I had surgery last week. Gosh.
Joe Grady. Ian Walker. Matthew Constantine. Elizabeth Lambert. Matthew Shepard. Nicole Soswell. Emma Asimo. Megan Chesley. Tanika Chesky. Anna Caraba. Candace Nelson. Emily Pellerin. Taylor Vital. Ayana Matias. Brendan Shields. Elijah Gregg. Ryan Dupuy. Brooke Dione. James Petroni. Jason Paniet. Jack McPherson. David Meach. Sean Cohane. Jared Perkins. Morgan Ann Thompson. Jeremy Arlington. Logan Mormon.
Looking good, Logan.
You guys can be seated.
round of applause for the class of 2018. So while there are far too many thanks to go around, I do want to say thank you to Mr. Borda, because being an advisor is not easy work. Hours, overtime. So thank you. And thank you all for attending our first event for the week. We would invite you to participate in a reception in the cafeteria hosted by the Oxford High School Booster Club. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at yearbook night and Friday at graduation.